cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey everybody, look, it's Mike Matthews, and look who's joining me here at Cafe Anyway. It's lovely lady friend.
Hi, Mike.
Mike's Daily Podcast. Yes, she wanted to celebrate because it's FM episode 2008. Ain't that great? 2008. Oh my gosh, that's the year that I was late in that it was the job that I had. I was late in that I was no longer there. It was my late job is what I'm trying to say. That happened in 2008 in Alabama. Mike's Daily Podcast. I was just playing my lovely lady friend a little air check from that radio station I worked for in Alabama called The Wolf. Mike's. And I used to write the little podcast things that would play on the air. Yeah. And one of the things I said was, we're renaming Huntsville Howellsville. It's 93.3 The Wolf. Maybe that's why they canned me. It was because I came up with stuff like that. But oh well, you can't win them all. How are you, lovely? You're eating a pancake.
I am. I'm trying to not make noise as I'm eating.
You're trying to not make any pancake
Well, yeah,
eating
I
noises?
don't want to chew in your collective listener's ear.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a bunch of music playing in the collective listener's ear, so they probably won't hear. But, hey, so you're here, why?
What? I'm not sure how to answer that.
Okay.
I'm here in this world, in this life, in California, in this moment in time, on your podcast.
Yeah.
So many ways to answer it, love.
Okay. Hey, we're going to take a quiz now. Let's take a quiz since you won't answer that question. Okay, ready? Here we go. The coronavirus can't be transmitted in areas with hot and humid climates. True or false?
What? Say that again?
First now there's this thing.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture is of a bookstore in Pacific Grove. Pacific Grove, a bookstore there that you and I went to, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was, well, this picture was from 2 years ago. So, did you and I go there 2 years ago? I think we did.
It was when we first started dating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that
was almost 2 years ago.
That's right. We had our like almost 2-year anniversary the other day. Basil. And he's the reason why we met.
Yes.
And he's gassing it up. He's very happy and gassy and talking. All right.
Excited.
We met a guy today who said he was helping us out with, I asked him a bunch of questions because I had once seen him for a long time carrying a dog in a wagon. And this was a big old dog, and the dog couldn't walk anymore, so he was pulling him along. Would pull him straight up this hill, this dirt trail, just pull him up the hill. I'd see him all the time. And it's amazing. He could still walk upright, but he looked good. And he said, yeah, he was describing the wagon, and he goes, do you want it? And I was like, well, he goes, because the dog died. So he didn't say it that way, but Gromit, the great Gromit, very wonderful, sweet dog, but he passed away, Gromit did. So he said, we're just waiting till one of the dogs, he's got like 3 dogs now. All of them were seeing eye dog rejects. He said, I am going to, at some point, one of these dogs is going to probably need it. So I want it back before then. I go, I totally give it back to you before then. And I'm not going to even use it to the extent that he did. But it would be nice to take Basil out rolling, I guess it would be. Wagon rolling, since he can't walk anymore. But yes, so that was an interesting thing you and I did today.
Yes, it was nice to get out just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air.
Okay, so the coronavirus can't be transmitted in areas with hot and humid climates. True or false?
I would say false.
False. The World Health Organization suggests that based on current evidence, the COVID-19 virus can be transmitted in all areas, including those with hot and humid weather.
Yeah, Florida.
You're, too bad, Florida. Yeah. Talked to my mom 2 days ago. Oh, I missed a podcast yesterday. I didn't do a podcast. Oh, well. Shoot.
You recorded us.
I did. Okay, so I did record Lovely Lady Friend for a future podcast. Actually, it was supposed to air today, but since she happened to be at Cafe anyway, we said let's just do this. Let's do it. And that, though I recorded her, I'll play it back at a future podcast, but we're talking in the kitchen of Cafe anyway. So that's
I was eating.
And yet again.
Yet again.
And
also breakfast food.
And we have here, but we're out in the other part of Cafe anyway.
Your listeners are hearing about my lovely eating habits.
Yes.
Or lack thereof.
Yes. Lovely Lady Friend likes to eat things like rice, pancakes, bread, cereal.
I'm basically like a small child when it comes to eating.
You'd probably eat mac and cheese. Don't kids just want to eat mac and cheese all the time?
I would.
Yeah. That's because it's a government conspiracy. They had all this excess cheese, and they go, what can we do that will make mac and cheese. That's a theory I heard. It was in the book called Sugar, Fat, and Salt, talking about Americans getting hooked on cheese. The interesting thing this book said was that the more fat you put into a food, the more people want it. It's like it never goes over the threshold. It's like with salt, you put too much salt, people, it's too salty. Too much sugar, it's too sweet. Fat, you can just keep putting it in.
And it just gets tastier.
Tastier and tastier and tastier. You've learned so much today on today's podcast. Aren't you happy? You should let me know. 336mm daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. As in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast is. We're outside.
But I'm thinking, unless, of course, you're lactose intolerant, it's not hard to get people hooked on cheese. Mm-hmm. It's so dang good.
Yes. There's no negative side except when you're lactose intolerant. Then that's a bummer.
I mean, pasta.
Yes.
All kinds of pasta. Pizza.
Or as Fauci would say, Dr. Fauci, poster.
Yes.
Because he's a New Yorker guy. Taking a hot bath, this is a question Dr. Fauci has for you. Taking a hot bath is effective in preventing the coronavirus. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
Let's see. False. According to the WHO, which was the World Health Organization, taking a hot bath will not prevent you from catching COVID-19. Your normal body temperature remains around 97.7 to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, regardless of the temperature of your bath or shower.
That's not what happened to us at the Cold Creek.
No. We went to a cold creek. Where was that at? In Weed?
Yeah, it was a little bit. I'm not sure if it's part of Weed. It's at the very least, it's north of downtown Weed.
In the hills, in this, what was it like, built on an old Native American sweat lodge, basically? Something like that?
Well, yeah, that area up there. I'm not certain. I'm probably. My facts are off, but I think there's like a 75% chance. I think that it used to be Native American ceremonial grounds, so they're very sacred to certain Native American tribes up there.
And they had bathtubs.
Well,
and
the spa people put them in there.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying they dug them up from the Native Americans. Look at this ancient ritual bathtub. It says on the side of it, dang, I can't think of any bathroom. Kohler. Is it Kohler? Who's makes...
I don't know.
Who makes bathtubs? Anyway, these bathtubs, Cafe Anyway, that they put in, some kind of Anglo-Saxons put those in. They've got the bases look like hands and feet and shoes, some of them.
Claws.
Claws. That's interesting. Okay, maybe not. But you soak in it in that mineral water for like up to 7 minutes. It's so nice and soothing, but then you got to get the heck out because you're going to hurt your skin. And then you go into the very hot sweat room with the wood stove going, old wood stove. And then you sweat. And then you run outside into the cold creek. And you know what, though? I must say, that creek was way further away than I thought it would be. Because by the time you walk on all the rocks and get down to the creek and you know, you're psyching yourself out because you know how cold it is, that's just torture.
It is.
And then we went 2 months ago in the cold. Oh, no, last month in February. And it was, because it's going to be April. Probably by the time you hear this podcast, it's going to be April Fool's Day tomorrow. So we got to come up with a good joke to play on everyone that listens to Mike's Daily Podcast. We'll come up with something. You'll go, that's rude, Mike. And then, so what'll happen is, so what happened? Wait, am I talking about the future or the present or the past? I'm very confused.
Confusing. They're all happening at once.
Oh, that's right. That's what Native Americans believe, right?
I have no idea.
Time is a circle, but or is it a spiral? But you know what? So,
or is it a circle upon a circle upon a circle? A hyper reality?
Oh my. Well, at any rate, it psyched us out getting into the water, and it was a cold day, and then you go back in, and so we did that like 4 times or something.
Yeah. And then I was impressed for your first time. You did it a lot more than most people do it. Mm-hmm. Most people can't do the 3 rounds.
Thank you.
You did 4. You did 5, I think.
I may not be able to do that again next time. I don't know if I can keep up with myself.
No, to our credit, the water was literally freezing.
Yes.
It was. And I've heard stories of people that will go up there when it's actually, there's a layer of ice on the creek. And the folks that maintain the lodge, they actually have to crack the ice.
Dang.
They have to like push away, this sheet of ice so that people can jump in.
Dang. Well, we then had to drive all the way back to Podcastro Valley. And that took us 4 hours after doing that to our bodies. And then I think we got home really late and had to get up early the next day or something.
I think you did.
I did.
Yeah.
But what? Oh, and then isn't there some weird cult that took over?
There's lots of weird cults up there.
But they took over the mineral springs, and some people don't like the cult. Oh, they don't like it because they don't let the patrons go naked. They said nope, because apparently before people could go in the springs naked.
Yes, it was clothing optional.
But now they say no, they frown on it. Who knows if they're even open now with the coronavirus?
Oh, that's a good point. They're probably closed.
Coronavirus cannot spread through mosquito bites. True or false?
Cannot spread?
Yes, cannot.
True.
True. The WHO, the World Health Organization, to date, there has been no evidence to suggest that the new coronavirus can be transmitted by mosquitoes. It is safe to receive a package from any area where COVID-19 has been reported. I think that's true. It is safe.
Is it safe or is this a question?
Yes, it's safe to receive a package from any area where COVID-19 has been reported.
I think so.
Yes, according to the World Health Organization, the likelihood of an infected person contaminating commercial goods is low. The risk of catching that virus that causes COVID-19 from a package that has traveled and been exposed to different conditions and temperatures is also low.
There you have it. So what you're saying, though, kind of like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. So there's a chance. So there is a risk, but it's very low. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so low that it's pretty
Negligible.
much. Yeah. Okay.
Older people are more susceptible to catching the coronavirus. Yes.
No.
What?
I would say false. No,
Really?
young people are getting it too.
Let's see. You're right. Per the World Health Organization, people of all ages can be infected by the new coronavirus.
Yes, from grandma to the spring breaker.
Welcome to Florida.
Yes.
Where you can. And now, Governor Sanford, he said, no. If you come to Florida and you're from New York, or where was the other state? I forget.
Connecticut.
You are in self-quarantine.
Oh, Louisiana.
For
New Orleans.
2 weeks. Yeah. Regularly rinsing your nose with saline protects you from the coronavirus.
No. False.
False. According to the World Health Organization, there is no evidence that regularly rinsing your nose with saline protects you from infection with the coronavirus. What does that do? Because I used to know these people that did that with their kids. Just completely flushed their noses constantly and said that it helped them not get allergies.
I don't know.
That seems like you damage some of the tissue in your nose.
Yes, there's lots of sensitive tissue up there.
Yeah. Tissue. Speaking of tissue, washing hands frequently with soap and water is a protective measure against the coronavirus.
Yes, true.
Breathing air helps me live. True. And then, let's see. Pets such as cats and dogs can transmit the coronavirus.
I don't know. Is it false?
False? Is it false? Let's see if it's false. Let's see. While there has been few reports of pets being infected to date, there is no evidence that a dog, a cat, or any pet at all can transmit COVID-19 to a human. COVID-19 is the same as SARS. False.
Yes.
The WHO says that the virus that causes COVID-19 and the one that caused the outbreak of SARS in 2003, all those years ago, are related genetically, but the diseases they cause are quite different. And finally, eating garlic helps prevent infection with the coronavirus. It keeps mosquitoes away.
Yeah. I'd say false.
False. According to the World Health Organization, there is no evidence from the current outbreak that eating garlic has protected people from the coronavirus, but it does keep vampires away.
Yes.
All right.
Vampires and unwanted folks, people who you don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
Keeps them away.
10 out of 10 right.
Woo!
Good job. Look.
Do I get a prize?
You do. You get this bell.
Do I get that bell or this bell?
You got another bell there. Let's see. This tiny bell. Okay, there you go. You get both of them.
Aw, thank you.
We're outside a cafe anyway, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, the last place on earth. And, oh, by the way, you can see the podcast picture I mentioned earlier at mikesdailypodcast.com. Let's say hi to some people. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Hi, lovely lady friend. How are you?
I'm good, Chely. How you doing?
I'm good. I don't have the coronavirus.
Are you socially distancing?
I am so socially distancing. But for you, I'll get within like a foot, a little bit closer, because you're so nice.
Oh, I don't think we could still be nice to each other, but I think you should sit over there.
I'm going to step one foot closer to you now, because now you're upsetting me. Because you're so wonderful and nice. I like you. I'm passive aggressive.
My ring of garlic.
Okay, I can get the hint. Mike, I don't like her anymore. Bye, Mike Matthews. Bye, Chely. Look who else is here. Oh, I should have asked her if she's selling any, face masks in the gift shop.
Oh, I hope she's not
gouging.
Price gouging, yeah.
Yeah, she better not.
God, Chely.
Geez, Chely.
I don't think she likes me very much now. She wants to beat me up.
Oh.
She was giving me major side eye.
People turn on a dime in this world.
Yeah.
Look who else is here. Oh, Mark, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Hello, lovely lady friend.
Hi, John.
I got 10 out of 10 of those questions right.
Good. So you're prepared.
Yes, and I also soak in cold water in the mountains.
Wow, you're like one of those people that can just go in like fish.
Naked.
Naked, too. That's
like
impressive.
Fish. I'm similar to fish in that I am naked when I'm in the water.
Wow, that's impressive, John Deere.
Wow, John Deere. That's an image that I think we're all impressed with. Do you keep that little tie on that when you go in the water? No, I'm naked. Did you not hear the first part of that? Gosh. Why do you think I pick mushrooms, too? And then I eat them and I die? Is that what you think? I don't know what he was talking about there. About mushrooms. We talked to a guy today that picks mushrooms. And we were wondering, well, have you ever eaten a bad mushroom? It's like, I'm here talking to you. I probably haven't eaten a bad... You probably have no way of surviving a bad mushroom. This is what I'm getting at, I think. This is where he was getting at. Okay. Well, anything else, lovely lady friend, you would like to share with everyone today as we wrap up Mike's Daily Podcast for today, the last day of March 2020. Hey, March, don't let the door smack you in the butt as you leave. You were the worst month ever. Hate you, March. Hate you. You suck, March. Never again, March 2020.
You know, and March is so smug. You know,
it is. The name is March.
Yeah. Like,
who likes to march?
No.
It's ridiculous.
And not only did it ruin March for everyone, but it also ruined other months, too.
Yeah. Well, actually, in some ways, it was good because it pushed the taxes away.
Oh, that's
taxes
that's
are
one benefit.
Like 2 months later now, 3 months.
Travel plans, any kind of concerts or any future dates. Forget it. Gone. Dang March.
March. Jerk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So self-important. March.
But just remember, adversity is the parent of virtue.
Oh, we're going to be really virtuous after this.
And a dose of adversity is often as needful as a dose of medicine. Well, lovely lady friend, on that note.
On that, yeah.
It was great having you here.
Thank you, love. Everyone else, I hope they stay healthy, safe, and sane. I'd be curious to hear how other people are spending their time.
Maybe they can call us or email us.
Sounds good.
336MM daily to call. That's 3 + 3 = 6 MM as in Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast is. Unless I get interrupted like I did yesterday. Or you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. The name of the show with at gmail.com. Yes, Gmail. Does what? Basil's asleep. Okay, we got to end the show. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by, lovely lady friend.
You're welcome.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!